pre-weight training warm-up. Let's take the feet right outside the hips and reach for the toes. Nice and easy. Make sure you look behind you, tucking the chin, and really push the hips high to stretch out the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, toes out, heels in for that deep, slow squat. Pressing the palms together, pressing the elbows into the knees, open up the hips. Maybe a sway side to side. Keep those hips wide, and then bring the left hand down to the ground, and the right hand will go high for a twist. Let's wake up that spine. Very good. Right hand down, left hand high. Lift the hips, straighten the legs, point the toes forward. Find that fold, tuck the chin. Wake up the hamstrings. Good. Slow roll to the top. When you get there, go for a shoulder roll up, back, and down. Good. Again, one more time. Forward fold. Turn the back of the legs on. And then point the toes out. Heels in. Sit into that squat. We've got some deep sumo squats today. Preparing for those with this warm up. Let's reach the right arm high. Find a twist. Good. Left hand high. Bring it down, hips high, toes forward. Hang here for just a second. And then slowly roll to the top. Really arching and rounding through that upper back. Shoulder roll up, back, and down. Let's take some lateral lunges. Stepping out to the right. Wake up that left inner thigh. And then step it in and out to the left. Take your time in these lunges. We're not holding the stretches. We're just giving them a wake-up call. Stepping in. Push the hips back as you drop that knee into a lunge. Good. This next time, we're going to add the reach. Here's our lunge. Let's take the long arms all the way up by the ears, waking up the core and the shoulders. Step it in. Out to the other side. Good. And reach. One more time on each side. And in. Last one. Good. Take it to the end of your mat. We've got some plank walkouts. We're going to add the world's greatest stretch as we did in one of our other videos. Find that fold and then bend the knees and connect the hands to the mat, walking it out into a plank. When you get here to your plank, you're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and then open up with that right hand to the sky. Good. Bring it down. Right foot goes back. Find the high plank. Left foot goes forward. Open up that left arm. Hand down, foot back. Bend the knees and then walk it in. Slow roll to the top. Round through the spine, stretching the back. Shoulder roll up, back, and down. One more time. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Walk it out to your plank. Hold your high plank. And then step that right foot high next to the right hand. Hang in that runner's lunge for just a second and then open up into a twist. Good. Hand down. Step it back. Find that plank and then step the left foot forward. Take a second in that runner's lunge and then reach the left hand high. Good. Hand down. Foot back. Bend the knees and walk it in. Slow roll to the top. Shoulder roll up, back, and down. Good. Step to the center of your mat. We're going to take those hip cars that we did the other day into a reverse lunge. Lift your left knee high. Take it out to the side, around, all the way back, and then slowly drop it into a lunge. When you get into your lunge, you're going to turn over the front leg. Good. Step it in, other side. Right knee high, out to the side. The back for the lunge, and twist. Good again. Left leg high, out to the side, around, slowly drop it down, and then find your lunge and twist over the front leg. Good, again on the right knee high. Find your balance. Out to the side, down and back for that lunge, and then twist. Good, let's do one more on each side. Lift the left knee high. Out to the side, around, and down into that lunge. Twist, and then step it in. Last one, right knee high. Out to the side and around. Drop it down. Find that twist. Good, shake the legs out. All right, guys, we have sumo squats, and we have a seesaw press, single arming, and then we have a dead bug pullover. We're gonna superset these. We've got 45 seconds of each move, and we've got 3 rounds of each. Go heavy for the sumo squat. We're gonna want the feet nice and wide, toes pointed out, not directly to the sides and not forward, just somewhere in the middle. Find your heavy weights. We're gonna wanna keep the weights in the center. We're just gonna drop them to the ground low as we drop our hips and then up. Do this at a slow pace. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. We've got 45 seconds. Find your squat. Nice and slow. Drop the hips, bend the knees, push the hips back. Lower the weights and then lift. More than halfway there. We've got about 15 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those heavy weights or keep them, whatever works for you. We're gonna take a kneeling position. So find yourself on your knees. We've got seesaw presses. The weights come to your shoulders. You'll press one up and then the other. Continual movement. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We've got 45 seconds. Press one and then the other. Squeeze the core and don't let the ribs flare out. Pressing overhead. Slow on the release. Slow on the press. Good. Press and release, nice and slow. Keep it up. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're gonna take it all the way down to our mat. All the way down on your back. We've got a dead bug pullover. We've done dead bugs before. You're gonna have your weight overhead, legs at a 90-degree. You'll drop one leg as you drop the weight, and then you'll pull it in. Next time, you'll drop the opposite and then pull it in. We're gonna go for 45. Let's go. Find that dead bug position. From here, drop the right leg out long, drop the weight behind you, nice and easy. Pull everything to center together. Use your breath. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you pull everything together. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Drop that weight. Bring it back to your feet. We are going into our second round. Grab a quick drink if you need it. Find your sumo stance. We're going to go in 10 seconds. That sumo squat, dropping the hips, bending the knees, getting as low as you can to the ground, as slow as you can, and then pressing through the heels to rise. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We've got 45 seconds. More than halfway there. Nice and slow on the release. Keep the core tight. Press through the heels to rise. We have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release those heavy weights. Bring it back to your mat. We have the kneeling seesaw press. We're going to go in 15 seconds. Catch your breath. Remember, in these strength workouts, we want to keep our heart rate fairly low. We don't want to max ourselves out. Nice and controlled. Let's go. We've got 45 seconds. Press. Release. Nice and slow for both movements. Your weight should be crossing the center about the same time. As you're pressing, you start the release. Keep the core tight. Keep the ribs from flaring. Everything stays still. And relax. Nice job. Keep one of those weights. We're going back to the dead bug pullover. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Find your dead bug. Point your toes to the sky. Release the right leg. Release the weight back over the head. And then pull everything to center. Keep the arms nice and long. Keep the back flat to the mat. We've got about 15 seconds. Nice and slow. Don't rush these. That extended leg hovers over the ground, it doesn't rest. And relax. Drop that weight, bring it to your feet, and get ready for the third round. Back to that sumo squat. Last round with these exercises, we'll take a short break. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Find the sumo squat position, wide feet, toes somewhere in the middle, and let's go, 45 seconds. Drop the hips, lower the weights to the ground, and press to the heels to stand. We're more than halfway there. Ten seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those weights. Nice job. Find the kneeling position. Find those lighter weights. This is our last seesaw press. We're going to go in 15 seconds. If you find your heart rate gets high, just take a couple seconds to breathe and jump in. We're going to go in 3 and 2 and 1. 45 seconds for this press. You got to squeeze the core. Slow press and release. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop one of those weights and make your way down to your back. This is our last dead bug pullover. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Slowly release one leg. Release the arms at the same time. Pull everything in together and hold. Make sure that back stays flat against the mat. Lengthen. And then draw everything in together in the center. Squeeze the core. Make sure the leg that's lengthening doesn't lay down on the ground. We're just hovering. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Drop that weight. Take a few minutes to grab some water. Towel off, whatever you need to do. We're going to move in to our second set of exercises. We have a sumo deadlift. We're going to do a seesaw row. So the same thing that we just did with the press, but we're going to do it in a bent over row position, rowing each arm in singularly. And then we have a Russian twist with an overhead press, mixing up our lower body, our upper body, and our core today. Take just another, let's say 20 seconds, then we'll get started with the second block of work. So we just did the sumo squat. The hips went down, the knees bent. We're going to do a sumo deadlift. So the feet are going to be wider. A lot of times we'll do a deadlift with the feet right under the hips, or we'll do a single leg. This time we're going to take a wide stance. Our toes are going to point forward. You'll bend the knees, but you're going to push the hips back first, and I'll turn to the side so you can see. Hinge. So instead of this, it's this, pushing the hips back, slight bend in the knees. You'll have the weights right in front of the legs, and then you'll stand tall. You'll hinge, slight bend in the knee, keep the back flat, and then raise tall. Let's go in 5 seconds. Grab your weights. In 3, in 2, and 1. Let's go. We've got 45 seconds. Push the hips back. Shave the legs with the weights. Keep the back flat and the core tight, and then push through the heels to stand tall. Slight bend in the knees, but nothing near the bend that we get when we go into that squat. The hips go back, and then they come forward. We've got 15 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We've got a seesaw row. You're going to be in a bent over row position. We want the feet wide, just like we did with the presses. You're going to row one and then the other. Choose your weight wisely. We're going to go in 3, in 2, 1. Let's go. Find your bent over row position. And then you're going to row and release at the same time. Your weight should cross somewhere in the middle. Keep the back flat. Good. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those weights. I went a little heavy. You can tell if your muscles start to shake. Not always a bad thing though. Find yourself down in a Russian twist position. You can cross the ankles. You can lift the feet off the ground for an added challenge. I like to keep my heels down so I can control my spine. We're going to take a weight to the center. It's going to go to the side, and then press overhead. To make this a little bit harder, even with the heels down, keep the back flat and take a little bit more of a lean. We're going to go for 45 seconds. Let's go in 5. In 3, 2, 1, we're twisting to one side and then the other, and give me that press overhead. Hold that press for just a second. You're going to feel your obliques work with that one. Turn, turn, and press. Hold it for a few seconds. Back to it. "15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job. Back to the feet. Superset. We have 2 more rounds. Going back to that sumo deadlift. Make sure your feet are in a wider stance outside of the hips. Make sure you keep the weights close to the legs. As you release, make sure you keep the back flat and the core tight. We're going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Find that deadlift. Feet are wider than your hips. Back is flat. Slow release, keeping the weights close to the legs, right below the knees, and then lift. Press through the heels to drive the hips forward. We've got 15 seconds. Pushing the hips back and then driving them forward. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Get ready for that seesaw row. Find your weights. Go heavy or go medium. It's up to you. I'm gonna try the lighter ones this time. We're gonna go in less than 10 seconds. We're gonna go in 5. You're gonna find that bent over position, pushing the hips back, squeezing the core tight. The spine stays long. Let's go. Bent over row position. You're gonna seesaw your weights. Nice and slow. "15 seconds, less than." We got less than 10. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Make your way to that Russian twist position. Cross the ankles. Find your lean. Let's go. 45 seconds. Hold that press for just a second as it's overhead and let those obliques work a little bit harder. Good. Again, if you want more of a challenge, keep the spine long and lean just a little bit further back. We've got 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Take a little break. Grab some water if you need it, towel off, whatever you need to do. We have one more round, just like that. Sumo deadlift into that seesaw row, Russian twist, and then we will move on. All right, when you're ready, find your weights. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Last round with this sumo deadlift, wide stance. We're going in 5. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Push the hips back, slight bend in the knee. Drive the hips forward. We've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those weights. Grab the weights for your row. Let's go. We've got 45 seconds. Seesaw. One moves up as the other moves down. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1. Release one of those weights and make your way down. Find your Russian twist. Position, ankles crossed. Long spine. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, twist. Both sides, and then press through the center. Hold that overhead press. Good, bring it down slow and twist. Good. 15 seconds. Nice slow release. Twist, twist, press, and hold. Good, release slow. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a short breath. Grab some water. Towel off. Nice work, guys. We have an emom coming. Our heart rate's going to get a little bit high. That's okay. For it to get up for just a portion of our workout. So we have ladder style at the top of every minute, and we're going to go for 5 minutes. We're going to do 5 gorilla rows. So gorilla row, we just did the seesaw. The gorilla rows, you're going to have an even wider stance. The weights are going to be on the ground, and you're going to row and then row. We have 5 of those. We have 4 sumo deadlifts, exactly what we just did. We're going to do 3 squats. We're going to hold the weights on our shoulders, taking a sumo squat. And then we've got 3 push-ups. And we're going to do 1 thruster to bring our feet in to stand tall. We're going to do all of that in 1 minute for 5 minutes. So at the top of every minute, we've got 5 gorilla rows, 4 sumo deadlifts, 3 sumo squats, 2 push-ups, and then a thruster to jump the feet in to start over. If you have time left in your minute, you will get a break. You can move faster through the exercises to have a longer break. You can move slower in your exercises to not take much of a break. Have all of your weights handy because we're going to travel through these exercises pretty quick. And if you need to switch weights, you want to have them close. So we've got the gorilla row, we've got the sumo deadlift, we've got the squat, the push-up, and the thruster. When you're ready, find your wide stance. At the top of every minute, I'll remind you to start over. If you haven't finished the exercises in that minute, that's totally okay. If you finished, then you get a break. We're going in 10 seconds. Get ready for the gorilla row. You can go heavy here because I would like for the weights to touch the ground. If not, stay on the ground until you lift. In 3, 2, 1, we've got 5 gorilla rows. You're gonna row it in and drop it down. Very good. We've got 4 sumo deadlifts. Keep the feet where they are. Push the hips back. Bring the weights right below the knees. We've got 4. This is 3. Last one. Very good. Bring the weights to the shoulders. And I'm going to grab a little lighter. We've got 3 sumo squat, nice and low. Very good. You can drop those. You've got 2 push-ups. Knees or toes, up to you. And 1 thruster to stand tall. We've got 7 seconds before we start that next round. Now you know the drill. Let's go. 5 gorilla rows. We've got 4 sumo deadlifts. Push the hips back, push them forward. This is 3 and 4. Good, bring those weights to the shoulders. We've got 3 squats, nice and low. Nice job, drop the weight. Take your push-ups, you've got 2, knees or toes. Jump in for that thruster. We've got 15 seconds. 3 more rounds to go. That's 3 more minutes. You got this in 3 and 2, 1. Find your 5 gorilla rows. Very good. Find your 4 sumo deadlifts. Hips back. Very good. Bring those weights to the shoulders. You've got 3 sumo deadlifts. Very good. Drop the weight. You've got 2 push-ups. Knees or toes, up to you. Step or jump it in. 10 seconds. 2 more rounds. You got this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 gorilla rows. Very good. Right into the 4 sumo deadlift. Good. Rack those weights at the shoulders. You got 3 squats. You've got 2 push-ups. Knees or toes. Your modification. Jump or step in. 15 seconds. We've got 1 more round, guys. Stay with it. Finish strong. In 3, in 2, 1, let's go. 5 gorilla rows. Right in to your 4 sumo deadlifts. Rack the weights. 3 squats, nice and low. Find your push-ups. Modify if needed by dropping to the knees. Find your plank. Step or jump it in. Nice job. 15 seconds left in that last minute. Towel off. Catch your breath and grab a drink. We've got 3 minutes. Actually, we have 2 minutes of core. We're gonna do a 30-second side plank with hip dips to challenge on each side. And then we have a cannonball crunch where we spread everything out wide and bring it into the center. We're gonna start that in about 30 seconds. We will take a nice long stretch after that core work. Move those weights out of the way. Find yourself on your mat. We're getting ready for our first side plank. Forearm or palm, up to you. If you need to modify, keep the bottom knee down on the ground. We're gonna go in 5 seconds. We're gonna be here for 30. 3, 2, 1, find your side plank. Maybe this is enough challenge for you. If you need to, bring that bottom knee down to modify. Hold here. If you're challenging, maybe you're gonna take some hip dips, dropping that hip down to the mat and raising it tall. We've got less than 10 seconds. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. We're gonna lift in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Find that side plank. Maybe your feet are staggered, maybe they're stacked. If you need that modification, drop to the bottom knee, extending that top leg on the top. Maybe you're looking for more of a challenge and you're gonna dip that hip. We've got 15 seconds. Stay with it. For 3, 2, 1, bring it down. We've got one more move, guys. We're taking a cannonball crunch. We're going 60 seconds. It's nice and slow. You're gonna get as wide as you can and then bring everything in to the center. We're gonna go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Get everything wide. Make sure your low back stays on the mat and then bring everything in. As you bring everything in, lift the chin to the chest and lift the shoulders off the mat. You can stay tucked in this ball as long as you like. And when you're ready, reach it out wide. Tuck it in. We're here for 60 seconds. Open up wide and then crunch everything together. We're halfway there. We've got 30 seconds left. Reach and squeeze. If you need to modify, maybe you just open up halfway and then bring it back to center. We've got 3, 2, 1. Keep the knees into the chest. Let the head relax back and take a slow rock side to side. Let's bring the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, grabbing the ankles, the shins, or the bottoms of the feet. Let's draw the knees down towards the mat. Very good job. You've got just a few minutes to stretch it out and then you are good to go. Very good. Let's bring the knees back into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Let's let the right foot hit the floor. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Give a little love to the top of that left thigh. Just press into it gently. Should feel really nice on the hip. And lift that right foot off the ground and draw that left shin close to the chest. Nice work today, guys. We've got just a few minutes here to stretch. Stay with me. Good, let's switch sides. Right foot goes down. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Give some love to that right thigh by just gently pressing down. And then draw that left foot off the mat. Bringing that right shin close to your chest. Very good, release. Let's rock and roll to a seat. Bring it over. Knees under the hips. Slowly drop the hips to the mat. We're going to press through the palms. Press the chest forward. If this is uncomfortable for your back, come down to your forearms. We're just going to shift and look over our left shoulder at our left foot. Really trying to reach that right hip for the mat. Good, go to the other side. Look over that right shoulder. Look at that right foot. Press that left hip down into the mat. Very good, come down to the forearms. We're gonna bend that right knee and reach back for that right foot, finding a quad stretch. You don't have to pull the heel close to the glute. Squeeze the glute and you'll feel that quad stretch. Very good, let's go to the other side. Left knee bends, grab that left foot, squeeze the glutes, and find that quad stretch. Nice job, release that, press through the palms, lift into a down dog, and pedal out your feet to stretch out the calves. Press to the palms, pressing the upper body backwards, finding a stretch in the hamstring. Good, walk the feet to the hands. Let's take a forward fold and really get into that hamstring stretch. Look behind you, tuck the chin, Maybe wrap the forearms around the legs and pull yourself close to your thighs. Very good. Release the hands. Take a slow roll to the top, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the arms out to the sides overhead. Take a slight back bend. Very good. Let the arms cascade down by the sides. Nice and slow. Stretch out the bicep, the chest, and the shoulder. Nice work today, guys. Great job.